Petit petit moi j'attends. Comment j'apprends avion pour faire sieste. Petit tout à gourmet. Sans yo pas compte pour qui. Comment finit la misère prend nous. Voler mener nous loin. Des villes farées. Toutes non à nous. Des villes farées. Toutes non à nous. Abraham dit c'est assez. Ton œil, qu'il en apprend souffle. Bonne fête.
Hello.
On refuse bali en chance. Wap dit c'est fait à faire. Petit pays à toi grand chance.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to Me Too's World tonight. Tonight, we are not the Poly Pimps. It is Me Too's World, just a little sidetrack to have a little fun tonight. Because I'm always being asked questions. So tonight we are here for a different talk, not a different talk, same talk, just a different world, I guess. And before we continue, I actually am gonna do a plug-in for my show coming up on April 3rd. For those of you who haven't been to a show lately, we are back. And Me Too Charles and Essence Creole, we are out playing live music with Haitian rhythms, jazz, just nice grooves, have fun. People come, they dance, they sing along, and we just love it. So the next show will be April 3rd at Sulit Lounge in Alpharetta near Avalon area. It's right off Old Milton Parkway. So find you a friend, share this with a friend, because we rock the house when we are playing. And you get a little bit of everything. Our last show last month, we were celebrating one of the most amazing Haitian artists, Emeline Michel. This time we are back to Me Too Charles and Essence Creole vibe. So be sure to stop by, buy a ticket online at airmeetcharles.com. And yeah, so tonight we are here. And we are actually celebrating. She's not here tonight, but we are celebrating the other Poly Pimp, Miss Sky Juice. Be sure to show her some love on her social media. She is celebrating this weekend a great birthday, another birthday. We are always happy and grateful when we get to see another day on this planet Earth, and also happy that we can live it the way we want to. So tonight we are celebrating and singing happy birthday to Sky. Happy birthday, Sky. We hope you are celebrating with family, friends, happily, and cannot wait to celebrate with you this weekend. Happy birthday, Sky. All right. So I am gonna put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come in, ask a question. We are not gonna be here very long tonight. This is just a quick little chat with my people, uh, answering a few questions. And yes, I am still open for questions. If you want to ask, all anything goes. Whatever you want to ask. Excuse me. Um, I am here tonight for some questions. And those of you who don't know, my name is Mito Charles, but I assume if you are here, you already know who I am. Um, yeah, tonight we're just doing something a little bit different. And at the Poly Pimps and myself, we talk everything relationship, and that includes everything sexual health, um, how you show up in relationships, communication, non monogamy, more specifically, polyamory. So those are the topics that we normally talk about, but we do talk about all kinds of stuff. I wanted to do a woman's like a domestic violence episode, but I did not really want to finish the Women's Month on that note, so I switched. We'll keep that one for another time. For this month, we are here to celebrate women. It is the month of March, and of course, we're gonna keep celebrating in May because it's another month for the beautiful ladies. So yes, tonight we are here to just. Some people said gossip. I'm not gossiping on myself. I can't gossip on myself, can I? But I am here to answer questions that sometimes people ask, questions that have been sent to me. But you guys can help me answer some of them because I don't know the answer to some of them. And since we are celebrating Women's Month, so we want to talk about she's not too much. You're just not enough. Is it really true? She's not too much. I am not too much. You are not too much. She's not too much. They are not too much. We just keep putting ourselves in places where we are not celebrated. We are tolerated in those spaces. We're just not celebrated. So that's why those people always think that we are too much. When you ask for something, you are too much. You're doing too much. So that's why we're here tonight. Anybody here has been told that they were a little bit much or that they needed to scale it back, that they were asking for too much? How many of you? Let me see a show of hands. um, I mean, I get that all the time, but honestly, I'm at a point in my life where I don't care enough. So if if you think I'm too much, maybe your place is not with me, right? Um, so that's pretty much how I always see it. And I think what always happens, the reason why people think we are too much, or we even feel like we can be too much, or we are accepting what they're saying, it's because we are trying to be easy and we are putting ourselves in spaces where we are not aligned with people. We refuse to accept that not everything is going to be a match. Not everyone is going to be a match with us. Hey, Bobby. Hey, thank you for jumping in. Hey, Elroy. Good to see you guys. Hey. Oh, LA body massage. Who is that? Is that you, Bella? Um, so yes, Elroy said, go find less. Exactly. That's what I say because we are, you know, we need to be celebrated, not tolerated in spaces where we are. So, all right. Thank you. Hey, Bella. So who here has, oh, I got some questions that were sent to me. I didn't really have a chance to go over most of them, but I will try and answer as much as I can. Um, and that's pretty much it. Let's start with this. When was the last time I felt guilty for asking for exactly what I needed? Hmm. When was the last time I felt guilty for asking for exactly what I needed? Probably about a year ago, maybe. And after that, I stopped because I realized that maybe I was barking up the wrong trees, right? I was asking the wrong people for what I needed. So I stopped asking. And yeah, I want to say probably about a year ago, I decided I wasn't going to feel guilty anymore. And if I ask and you can't provide, that is perfectly fine. You have the right to not be able to provide what I'm asking. It's not because I'm too much. You're just not enough. You don't have the capacity to give me what I need at the moment. So it is okay. I hope that answers the question. Um, okay. Why? I don't know if this question is for me or if it's just general. Why do I sometimes settle for being chosen when I really want to be chosen consistently? I'm going to repeat that. Why do I sometimes settle for being chosen when I really want to be chosen consistently? Like, if I had to answer that question, this question, it would be because a lot of times we would rather have just a little bit than not all, nothing than nothing at all. I would say, um, for being chosen when I really want to be chosen consistently. Yeah, we all want to be chosen consistently, but we usually just settle for less because we are always afraid that, oh, well, maybe at some point they're going to give me more, probably. We're hoping for more. We're waiting for the potential that's coming or that we're hoping will come. So I think that's why we sometimes settle for being chosen when we really want to be chosen consistently because there's always hope. We keep waiting for the next time to come. So, um, yeah. I don't know if anybody has anything to say about those questions, but they are definitely interesting. Um, Another one. Do I ever feel too much, or am I just too much for people who can't meet me at my level? Let me say that again. Do I ever feel too much, or am I just too much for people who can't meet me at my level? I don't feel too much. I'm just too much for the people who can't meet me at my level. So that is pretty much what it is. Um, Bella said, I recently stopped. What did you stop? Like showing up in places where they were telling you that you were too much, or what did you stop recently? But yeah, do I ever feel too much? No, I do not feel too much. Um, I'm just too much for the people who can't meet me at my level. That's basically it. I think the question answered itself. Um, let's say, for example, you want somebody who you would like to wake up next to somebody, right? Maybe a couple of mornings. Now I'm talking like based on us being polyamorous and non-monogamous, right? So you are in a relationship with somebody you would like to wake up next to maybe a couple mornings a week. Um, so, but that person cannot give that to you. What do you do? Are you going to leave them? Is that a non negotiable for you? Or are you going to settle for whatever they can give? Or do you even feel like they should be able to give you that, what you're asking for? Um, so it's just we keep asking the wrong people, or maybe just asking them what we know they cannot give us. And then we get frustrated with those. Feeling guilty for asking for what I want. Yep, I can totally relate. I used to be in that space. And truly, even as recently as last year, because I've been in relationships where if I were about to go ask for something, I had to prepare myself. I had to have a whole conversation in my head for how things could go. And I would have worst case scenarios because I always had to be ready for a fight whenever I was going to ask for something to change or whatever it might be, or even having a simple conversation. So I carried that model with me for the longest time because that's what I was used to. So anytime I would go ask my partner for something, and then it's always like, oh, let's have a conversation about this and let's figure it out. I was always shocked after being in those previous unhealthy relationships that made me feel like I always needed to be on the defensive, right? I always had to be ready. I had to prepare myself for that fight. But it's that conversation that I also needed to have. So I get ready for war and I go to war. But later on, I had to unlearn that and I had to. It was amazing to me that I would just go ask for something. And it's like, sure, while I made a big deal, I sat there for days thinking about what can I say? How do I approach this to not sound too much or whatever? But the worry was never there for, because I was asking the right person. I was asking the right people at the time. So it wasn't an issue. Yeah, sorry guys, I can only stay here a little bit tonight. I am on finals week with school, gonna get a break, and I'm grateful for that. But I still wanted to come on and do a little talk since I promised you guys I'd be here in 2 weeks. So yes, and Bella, I hope you don't have to feel guilty anymore when asking for what you want because you want what you want and you shouldn't feel guilty about that. All right, let's see. Next question. Oh my God, there's quite a few. Let's see. Have you ever been scared that your confidence would push someone away? And how do you feel about that now? Have you ever been scared that your confidence would push someone away? And how do you feel about that now? I know my confidence sends a lot of people away all the time. And I've had people that even later on that became friends, they were like, oh, I was kind of afraid to talk to you I consider myself very approachable, but apparently some people don't think so. So I think my confidence, and I mean, it's nothing wrong. I'm not going to say I'm not confident. I have some moments where I don't feel very confident, but for the most part, I consider myself being very confident. And I think that definitely can push some people away because they don't know me. They don't know how I'm gonna react when they come talk to me. But I'm very friendly, approachable, warm. Ask the people who know me. I think I do pretty good in that department. So hopefully that answers the question. Um, how often do you mute your own voice just to keep the peace? And what would happen if you did not? Right? How often do you mute your own voice just to keep the peace? And what would happen if you did not? Now, I have been in situations where I chose other people over myself, excuse me, because I wanted to make it easier for them. I wanted to make it comfortable for them. And a few of those situations, I was uncomfortable myself, but I was thinking about their well being more than I was thinking about mine. So, in those instances, I would say that I muted my own voice just to keep the peace. So, um, yeah. What other time would I say that I muted my own voice? Yeah, I would say in meta situations too. Typically, I've been in a couple of situations where I just was kind of being supportive just to help out my partner with their partner when that person was having insecurities, and I was trying to be supportive. But there were a couple moments where it's kind of like, this doesn't even feel good. But I would still show up for that person. So in those instances, I would say that I muted my voice just to keep the peace. And I'm not in that business anymore. I want to say as of last year, I guess a lot of transformations started last year. Um, I I found out that somebody said something about me that wasn't pleasant. Honestly, I don't even remember what it was, but I just knew that when I heard it, it didn't feel good. And this was somebody who was going to be in my circle, not by my choice, but I was basically going to be around that person. I was like, nah, we're good. We don't even have to be friends. We can be cordial when I see you, hello, from afar, and we keep it at that. So I stopped muting my voice to keep the peace. And when somebody suggested that, oh, you should probably have a conversation with that person, I was like, absolutely not. I don't have to do anything. And I will not do anything because I do not care. And especially, I do not care enough about this particular person to even consider having a conversation about something that was said about me anyway. So um, I don't care. It's what they said. It's not a fact, and we're gonna keep it moving because, like I said, I didn't care about that person enough to even address what I thought was the issue at the time because I didn't care. I just kept it moving. I wasn't gonna keep the peace at that moment, so they had to deal with that person on their own because I wasn't gonna have any conversation to make anybody comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. My new motto is if I'm uncomfortable and you're the one who made me uncomfortable, guess what? You're going to be uncomfortable as well because I'm going to make sure you are. That's just what it is. Um, hey, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. You have a beautiful, warm aura. I can't imagine you as unapproachable. Oh, thank you, Kathy. See, Kathy knows me. She knows I am approachable. Black 1972. Hey, lady. Hey. I'm not sure who that is, but hey. um, it is 9:25. I'm gonna stay on here just a few more minutes, but before I read a couple more questions, I wanted to take the time to celebrate Sky tonight. She's not here. It is her birthday season, and we will be celebrating at some point this weekend. But all you guys can wish her a happy birthday, send her a gift, say hi on her social media, send her a DM to wish her a very happy birthday. Um, just another great year of living the poly life, being a poly pimp in these streets. um, let's see. We'll do a couple more questions and then I will dip. Okay. Here's a good one. When did you first believe that your worth was tied to how much you gave instead of how much you deserved? I think a lot of people could answer this question too. When did you first believe that your worth was tied to how much you gave instead of how much you deserved? Whew. Um, when I kept giving more and more and more to keep the love, keep the peace, keep everything, or get more attention, more everything. But I realized none of that works. Um, and also, the fact that those people can give you what you deserve doesn't mean that you are unworthy. Again, it's on them, it's not on you. So it's just changing the narrative, basically. So, yeah, when I kept giving more and more instead of how much I deserved. So I am not in that business anymore. I try not to be. Black said, "Happy birthday, Sky! Happy birthday, Sky! We are here." Unfortunately, I don't know how to play a happy birthday song, but I would. But I wonder if I should sing for her. Joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, Sky. Joyeux anniversaire. Joyeux anniversaire, happy birthday, cumpleaños feliz. What else? Bon fête. Happy birthday, Sky. I will do one more question. How about that? Thank you guys for coming tonight. And we will be back in a couple of weeks for some fun stuff, some fun topics for you. Oh, I got a question. Let's see. Did culture play a role in how you overextended yourself? Because we know how women are the backbone of the society in the diaspora. So that is a good question. I'm going to repeat it. Did the culture play a role in how you overextended yourself? Because we know how women are the backbone of the society in the diaspora. Thank you. So, culture, definitely. I grew up in Haiti, and I feel like a lot of women can relate no matter where you're from, right? It's a culture in general that makes us all the that makes us overextend ourselves because we have to carry so many hats, right? And that's why also it's so easy. Again, this is not everybody, but it's so easy for a lot of men to walk out and leave children behind or not take care of kids or not doing anything like that because they look at it as an option. Most of the time, again, not all women, but most women, we feel like we don't have a choice. We got to show up for whatever it is, kids, friends, family, coworkers, everybody. We show up when needed. And in the meantime, we forget about ourselves. We don't take care of ourselves. Even when we're dying, we're going to crawl to go help somebody, but we're not even helping ourselves. So I definitely believe that culture plays a big role on how much we overextend ourselves. Um, excuse me. They see us as strong. I mean, I know we joke about it all the time, right? But a lot of men, they have a little cold and they're ready to die. Can you please give me this? Can you please give me that? Support me. However, a woman can have a child today and be up on her feet and cooking for the family in a couple of days. So we are definitely different, built different. But sometimes, why do we do those things when we should let other people take care of us? It's because, we are used to we need to get back to life as soon as possible. We need to get healthy fast so we can take care of everybody because nobody can do without us. That's what they keep telling us. So a lot of times we overextend ourselves. Even in giving, I don't give freely anymore. Even I don't have it. So that's what I say. I don't have it because sometimes you give what you don't even have, right? But we keep on giving, and I'm talking in every sense of the word, financially, emotionally, physically. We push, we make things happen, So yeah, culture definitely is a big thing when it comes to us overextending ourselves. Oh, I didn't know I had so many words in me. I'm always amazed, right? I always tell my friends and everybody, truly, I'm not a guest speaker. I don't do public speaking necessarily, even though we're on the podcast. Usually it's just because it's a conversation. But if you leave me to just talk, I'll be talking about everything because my brain doesn't stay in one place. When I'm having conversations with people, sometimes they have to bring me back, redirect. And I always ask people around me, can you please redirect me if you see that I'm going in a different direction? Because I often do. So, but I'm also like what do you call those? Um, I can't find a word right now, but it's like bullet point kind of person. And then I see other people who just talk about something. Like the other day I had somebody leave me a message and literally she said one thing, but she said it so many different ways. It made the message so long. And I just sat there and I'm like, I wish I had that many words to explain something, just one thing. My reply to a 5-minute message was literally 10 seconds. And that's just who I am. I can talk, but I guess I don't talk much to myself. I'll talk to people and I'll talk about a lot of stuff when I'm passionate about them, but just, yeah, bullet points. That's who I am. You should probably call me that. But anyway, um, Thank you guys for joining. I'm sorry I can't stay too long tonight, but I was here. I came, and we are celebrating Sky in this season. Just another great year of being the greatest poly pimp in these streets. Probably that's why she couldn't be here tonight. She's preaching. So happy birthday, Sky. Uh, I am so happy to have met you a few years ago through our then partner. And I am happy we are still, are we sister wives? We're not wives, so we can't be sister wives. But we are still going to be metas now and forever. So thank you guys for joining on this beautiful night. And just one thing to remember, ladies, you are not too much. You are just, they are just not enough. And you need to go in places where you are celebrated and not tolerated. Oh, just happy to be a member of the Fin Club. Happy birthday, Sky. Thank you for all your words. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bella. Um, and one last time, I will let you guys see my flyer. You can come have fun with me on April 3rd. Me to Charles and Essence Creole at Sulit Lounge. We start at 8:30. Yes, we are on time. We are not on Caribbean time. So if you come in, you need to show up early if you don't want to miss anything. Get your tickets at airmeetcharles.com. All right. So I will be excited to see all of you guys on April 3rd for our next show. On that note, you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a good night. Bye.